Have you ever wondered what truly matters when you reach your later years? When I moved into a nursing home at 81, I thought I knew what to expect. But after a year of living there, I realized that aging is full of surprises. Some good, some difficult, and some that completely change the way I see life. In this video, I want to share 7 things I learned. These are lessons that could help you, or someone you love, navigate this chapter with more wisdom and grace. Some of these insights might confirm what you already suspect, while others might challenge how you think about getting older. Either way, by the end, you will have a deeper understanding of what it really means to age well. If you found this video uplifting, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more content that celebrates a life of vitality at any age. 1. Loneliness is a choice, not a sentence. When I first moved in, I expected to feel lonely. I assumed loneliness was just a part of getting older, something I had to accept. But I've learned that loneliness is not a condition, it is a choice. I've seen 2 types of people here. There are those who sit in their rooms, waiting for someone to visit, convinced that no one cares. And then there are those who walk down the hall, smile at others, and make an effort to be part of something. The difference is not their circumstances, it's their mindset. A woman I met, Margaret, taught me this. She had no family nearby, yet she was one of the happiest people here. I asked her how. She laughed and said, "I knock on doors. I sit at full tables. I never wait for happiness to find me. I go looking for it." That stuck with me, so I tried it. I started saying hello to people. I joined a card game. I asked people about their stories, and my world got bigger. The more I put myself out there, the more people responded. Loneliness isn't about being alone. It's about choosing to stay disconnected. 2. Independence fades faster if you let it. Independence fades if you let it. When I arrived, I saw a familiar pattern. Residents who were once capable of doing things for themselves slowly stopped trying. It's easier to let someone else bring you a cup of coffee. It's easier to take the elevator. But every time you take the easy route, you give up a little more of your strength. When you stop using your abilities, you start losing them. I learned quickly that maintaining independence is an active choice. I made a rule for myself: if I can do it, I will do it. Even if it's uncomfortable. Even if it takes longer. I take the stairs when I can. I dress myself every morning without assistance. It's not about proving anything. It's about holding on to what I have for as long as I can. Aging doesn't take our independence overnight. It happens in tiny daily decisions. Move, stretch, lift, stand. Whatever you can still do, keep doing it. Because the moment you stop, you start sliding toward a place of dependence. 3. Health declines when routine disappears. Health declines when routine disappears. I noticed something strange here. Some residents seem sharp and full of life, while others seem to fade away. The real difference I've realized is routine. I met a man named George in his late 80s. Every morning, like clockwork, he wakes up, shaves, gets dressed neatly, and takes a short walk. He has a set schedule for reading and socializing. He is sharp and alert. Then I met others who had no routine at all. The difference in their mental and physical health is undeniable. I learned that the body and mind need structure. Without a reason to get up, to move, to engage, our muscles weaken and our minds slow down. So I made a rule for myself. Every day must have a plan. I get up, shower, and get dressed. I set times for meals, for reading, for a little movement. It's not about keeping busy. It is about staying engaged with life. A simple routine makes all the difference. 4. Your attitude shapes your experience. Your attitude shapes your experience. I assumed the happiest residents were the ones in the best health. I was wrong. Some of the healthiest people I've met are miserable, constantly complaining. Meanwhile, some of the happiest are those with the most challenges. The difference is their attitude. A woman named Eleanor, 86, has severe arthritis. She could spend her days focusing on the pain. Instead, every morning she greets people with a smile and a kind word. She told me, "Happiness is not about what happens to you. It's about how you decide to see things. If you spend all your time focusing on what is gone, you will never enjoy what is still here." Aging brings unavoidable changes, but what we choose to focus on, that is what shapes our experience. I can either focus on what I miss, or I can focus on what I still have. The people who age the best are not the ones with the best circumstances, but the ones with the best mindset. 5. Friendships sustain you. Family is important. Friendships sustain you. I thought family visits would be the highlight of my days, and at first they were. But life gets busy, schedules get complicated, and sometimes weeks pass without a visit. At first, it hurt. Then I noticed something. The residents who spent all their time waiting for family were often the loneliest. But the ones who built friendships inside the nursing home always had someone to talk to. I realized family is important, but the friendships you make with the people who share your days are what truly sustain you. A man named Albert rarely saw his son, but he was never lonely. He had coffee with friends, played cards, and always had someone to laugh with. He told me, "I stopped counting the visits and started counting the people who were here every day. That changed everything for me. Instead of focusing on who wasn't there, I started focusing on who was." Our families love us, but they cannot always be there. We can either let that make us feel forgotten, or we can choose to build connections right where we are. 6. The present moment still matters. The past is vivid, but the present matters. One of the strangest things about getting older is how the past can feel more real than the present. I can remember details from my childhood with absolute clarity. But ask me what I had for lunch yesterday, and I might have to think. Conversations here often drift to the past. It's familiar and comforting, but there is a danger in spending too much time looking backward. It can make us forget that we are still living right now. I met a man who could only talk about his younger days. It was as if he had decided his life was already over. Then there was Helen, 84. She loved to reminisce, but she never let it stop her from living in the now. She once told me, "I have more yesterdays than tomorrows." But that doesn't mean today doesn't count. Nostalgia is a gift, but it should never come at the cost of the present. We still have conversations to enjoy and moments to be part of. Tell your stories, but do not forget to look around you and keep living. 7. Small pleasures make a big difference. Small pleasures make the biggest difference. As you get older, your world can start to feel smaller. The grand adventures and big milestones become part of the past. What you are left with are the everyday moments. And I have learned that those small things matter more than you can possibly imagine. I have seen people find pure joy in the simplest pleasures. A warm cup of coffee, a favorite song, the feeling of sunshine on their skin. A man I know, Harold, lights up every time he has his favorite butterscotch candy. It's a small thing, but to him, it's a ritual that brings comfort and happiness. I have learned to cherish these moments myself. The first sip of hot tea, the sound of birds outside my window. When life slows down, these tiny moments become the highlights of the day. The people who embrace them, who savor them, are the ones who remain the most content. Happiness doesn't always come from the big events. Sometimes it's just a good meal, a kind conversation, or a quiet moment of peace. After a year here, I have learned that aging is not just about growing older. It is about how we choose to experience the years we have left. Independence fades if we let it. Loneliness is a choice. A daily routine is the foundation that keeps our minds and bodies strong. Our attitude is everything. And in the end, it is the small, simple pleasures that bring the deepest sense of joy. If there is one thing I want you to take away from this, it is this: life does not end when things change. There is still room for connection, for growth, and for happiness, if we are only willing to embrace it. Thank you for listening to my story. I would be honored to hear from you. Which of these lessons resonated with you the most? Do you have your own life lesson about aging that you would be willing to share? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video valuable, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more content filled with wisdom. For the journey ahead, thank you for being here.